fact, is National Border Patrol Council President Brandon Judd. Brandon, thanks for taking time on Saturday. You just heard Rich's report there, and in the RGV, the agents tell me they had about 1,640 apprehensions, that is, in the last 24 hours. It's really getting pretty much at a point they haven't even seen in their 20-year career. What is the solution? What do we do? What do you make of what's happening there on the ground on the border?
The solution is very simple. We've got to look at what has worked in the past. We also have to look towards the future. I mean, as long as we continue to release people into the United States after they violate our laws with no consequences, people are going to continue to come. That's the simple fact. Obviously, people are coming to this country because this is the greatest country in the world. We do have, we have the biggest open arms. We want to accept people into this country, but we want to do it legally, not illegally. And that's the problem is both the right and the left want to continue to politicize this issue, but the left wants to excuse illegal immigration. They want to excuse the cartels abusing these children, taking these children and sexually abusing them, physically abusing them, mentally abusing them. They want to excuse this, and they continue by policy, they continue to perpetuate this situation, and it's gaining cartels ground, and it's making them billions of dollars every year off of human misery.
Brendan, you mentioned the release of the migrants, and we've covered that story quite extensively, but you sent me this morning a story of what's happening in Arizona, where the Texas DPS, Department of Public Safety, made a traffic stop and released some migrants. Explain.
Yeah, this is just a good example of how overwhelmed the United States Border Patrol is right now. Texas DPS made a stop. There were 17 people in a vehicle. I mean, that's dangerous right there. I mean, we just saw what happened in El Centro, California when that vehicle crashed and killed so many people. But these smugglers, they don't care about people. But when they overwhelm the system, then we don't have the resources to go up and take these people into custody. Arizona DPS had to release these 17 individuals. We don't know who they are. We don't know what countries they're from. We don't know what their intentions are here in the United States. And that's extremely scary. And when you couple that with the 61,000 people that were able to evade apprehension in the month of February and March, that is a scary situation for this country.
Brandon, we just got about 30 seconds, but I do want to ask you, Vice President Harris has said she will travel soon to Guatemala and also to Mexico, but not to the U.S. border. What do you say?
Yeah, because if she goes to the U.S. border, people are going to expect her to fix the problem. So she avoids it. That's disgusting, because that's putting politics ahead of what's best for this country. That's what the president and the vice president are supposed to do.
Brandon Judd, president of the National Border Patrol Council, thank you for joining us and weighing in. A big story. We will continue to follow it with you. Thank you, sir.